Chase Elliott's championship dreams just took a massive hit at Talladega, and honestly, it might be over for him. Let's talk about what happened and why his season is hanging by a thread. So here's the situation. Chase Elliott went into Talladega already in trouble. He was sitting 6th in the playoff standings, 23 points below the cut line. That means he needed a really good day to have any chance at making the championship 4. Instead, he got the worst possible outcome. On lap 52, everything went wrong. The race was still in stage 1 when a huge crash happened at the front of the pack. Erik Jones was pushing Noah Gragson from behind, trying to help him go faster. But Jones pushed too hard, and Gragson's car got loose. Gragson started spinning and hit the race leader AJ Allmendinger. Both cars slammed into the outside wall hard.
And it was Jones into Gragson, Allmendinger, and there's more contact to come.
Yeah, I think we talked about this a lot. It was time to go. Big push from the 43 to the back of the 4. Just turns the 4. Turns him around to the left, catches the 16, who goes up and makes a really big impact. Look at the front of the field right here. Too big.
When this happens at Talladega, cars are going over 200 miles per hour. Everyone behind them has to react in a split second. Chase Elliott was further back in the pack, just trying to avoid the chaos. He wasn't racing hard or taking risks, he was just there, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Austin Cindric came down the track and hit Elliott's door. This sent Elliott spinning sideways. Then Austin Dillon hit him too. Elliott's number 9 Chevrolet was destroyed. There was nothing he could do about it. After getting out of his car, Elliott talked about what he saw. "I haven't seen it, but I got turned sideways, somehow, some way. And yeah, hit some more stuff after that." He explained that he saw someone get turned sideways like normal at Talladega, and he was just trying to slow down in time. But it didn't work. The wreck collected 8 cars total. AJ Allmendinger got hit the hardest. His car might have caught on fire. When he got out, he laid down on the ground next to his destroyed car. Medical crews had to help him. Everyone watching was worried. Thankfully, he was okay, but he was hurting. Allmendinger later said,
It knocked the breath completely out of me, and then as I was trying to get out, I felt like the car, I couldn't tell if it was catching on fire, but it definitely started smoking.
He said his right side was sore from hitting the wall. The veteran driver was just relieved to walk away. He even joked that he'd use his soreness as an excuse when playing golf later. 7 cars had to go to the garage because the damage was too bad. That included Elliott, Allmendinger, Gragson, Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Cindric, and Justin Haley. Only Austin Dillon was able to keep racing. Now, people wanted to know who caused this mess. Noah Gragson pointed the finger at Erik Jones. Gragson said Jones was pushing way too hard, way too early. He was pushing really hard in the corner, and just places that guys don't normally push in the first stage. Through the tri-oval, through the corners, just seemed a little aggressive a little early. Gragson said they still had 8 or 9 laps left in the stage, so there was no reason to be that aggressive yet. But Erik Jones didn't think he did anything wrong. He said, "I was pushing the 4 and he definitely got loose. I don't know if I was on him, I was definitely tight to him and he seemed pretty stable." Jones felt bad if he caused it, but he didn't think he was pushing any harder than normal. He thought maybe Gragson's car was just more unstable than he realized. For Chase Elliott, none of this blame game mattered. His day was done. His team tried to fix the car in the garage, but the damage was too severe. They had to pack it up. Elliott finished in last place, 40th out of 40 cars. He earned just 1 single point from the entire race. This was a disaster for Elliott's championship hopes. Remember, he started the day 23 points below the cut line. Now, after finishing last, he dropped all the way to 8th place in the standings. That's dead last among the 8 playoff drivers. And get this, he's now 62 points behind the cut line with just 1 race left. Let me explain what that means. In NASCAR playoffs, the top 4 drivers after the next race move on to compete for the championship. Elliott needs to be in the top 4. Being 62 points back with 1 race to go is basically impossible to overcome on points alone. He would need multiple drivers ahead of him to crash or have terrible days, and he'd need to finish way ahead of everyone else. It's just not realistic. So what does Elliott have to do? He has to win at Martinsville next weekend. That's it. That's his only real shot at keeping his championship hopes alive. Win, and he's in. Finish second, and he's out. It's that simple. Elliott seemed to understand this even before the crash happened. He said, "Unless we won today, we were likely going to be in a very similar situation next week. I hate it, but I don't know what you do about these situations." He knew Talladega was risky and that he probably needed to win at Martinsville anyway. Now it's just guaranteed. The frustrating part for Elliott is that his team actually had good speed. The problem was execution. Before the crash, Elliott felt like his team was in a good position. But during the green flag pit stops, the Hendrick Motorsports team didn't execute well. This pushed Elliott back toward the rear of the pack, and being at the back is where he got caught in the wreck. Elliott explained,
It was fine. We did it really, the way the sequence went, I felt like it, we had ourselves in a pretty good spot with the way the sequence was, and we just did not execute that well, I felt like, as a group, and then ultimately, put ourselves back in the back of the pack, unfortunately, and got caught up in the mess.
He also understood why the crash happened so early in the race. Stage points are really important in the playoffs. Drivers get bonus points for finishing in the top 10 at the end of each stage. So even though it was early, everyone was already racing super hard. Elliott said,
Stage points are so crucial right now, so I wasn't super surprised. Everybody was starting to get really aggressive, and unfortunately, we had to make it through.
Even after all this bad luck, Elliott is staying positive. He's looking forward to Martinsville, and honestly, he should be. Elliott has a good history at that track. He won there in 2021 during the playoffs. He's also finished in the top 5 in his last 3 races at Martinsville, so he knows he can win there when it matters most. When asked about Martinsville, Elliott kept it simple.
I'm looking forward to Martinsville, though. Got one more shot at it.
That's the mindset of a champion. Even when things look terrible, he's not giving up. Elliott is no stranger to being in tough spots during the playoffs. He's had to dig himself out of holes before. He even mentioned that this situation feels familiar. He said, I know that you're just like, well, it's just another year where we have to dig ourselves out of a hole. It's not any different than the other times we've had to dig ourselves out of a hole. His experience in pressure situations could help him at Martinsville. But let's be real about what Elliott is facing. He's not the only desperate driver going into Martinsville. William Byron is 36 points below the cut line. Joey Logano is 38 points back. Ryan Blaney is 47 points behind. All of these drivers might need to win too. That means Martinsville is going to be crazy. Multiple drivers racing like it's their last race because, for some of them, it will be. Martinsville is a short track, only about half a mile around. Cars are close together, and the racing is physical. Drivers bump each other, use their chrome horn to move people out of the way. When you have desperate drivers who need to win, things can get really wild really fast. Elliott has one advantage, though. He's the 2020 champion. He knows what it takes to win a title. He's been in high-pressure moments before and succeeded. That championship experience matters when everything is on the line. Next Sunday at Martinsville, Chase Elliott needs to be perfect. He needs a fast car, clean pit stops, no mistakes, and a little bit of luck. If he wins, he moves on to race for the championship at Phoenix. If he doesn't win, his season is over. It really is that simple. One race, one shot, everything on the line.